Here I am, standing outside, feeling the cold of the night. Yeah, she comes, perfectly made, the goddess of my dream. Here I am, standing amazed at your beauty and your charm. It was love, I felt love, so much love from a distance. It was love, I could see love, so much love from a distance. I couldn't take my eyes off you, speechless. You me, I couldn't tell if I was daydreaming or better still, it was heaven on earth. Come on, it was love, I felt love, so much love from a distance. It was love, I could see love, so much love from a distance. I'm falling deep for you, and I wish this feeling never ends. And if I'm dreaming, wake me up. You have all I wanted in a woman. All right, let's take time to appreciate this great guitarist, MK, a very good guitarist. I mean, one of the finest in Ghana, you know. So shout out to MK. He has been on this production, and then without you, it won't be that great. So thank you, brother. All right, 1, 2, 3, come on. It was love, I felt love, so much love from a distance. It was love, I could see love, so much love from a distance. Yes, I.
And there you have it. That was Mr. Lito with some French vibes and, of course, some reggae blues this morning. All right, but right now it's time for us to get into a conversation, and this is a conversation which we reminded you about that we'll be having today, especially if your ward or your child actually participated in the first level of the literacy challenge. There's someone special here that's about to talk to us, especially about the second level. So I hope you're ready for that. Ladies and gentlemen, in the studio with us is Apioko Seiram Ashon Abe, who's the head of programs production here at Channel 1 TV. You might as well just call her Madam Apioko.
Chris, this name is beginning to stick.
Yes, because you're wearing your teacher hat today.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm loving the puff.
Like
yeah, you know, I love Chris's hair best when she flaunts it like this. She knows.
They know. Hey, God.
Philip is like me. I don't have so sorry people.
Hey.
Oh, but you're on your fair afro. It's not a problem.
Well, we'll try it.
It's not a problem. You can dye blonde. Yeah. You can call yourself bitter blondie. You know? Good morning.
Yeah.
But
Good
yes,
morning.
the literacy challenge.
Yeah.
We promised that today we'll be announcing the top 50.
Yeah.
We received thousands of entries from across the country. And for the first time ever, from all 16 regions of Ghana.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Wow, beautiful.
Very
beautiful.
impressive.
Yeah.
Very big deal.
Oh, wow.
Because we keep saying that this is a national competition. It's not just for Accra.
Yeah.
Accra is not Ghana. Ghana is not Accra,
Accra, yeah.
you know. And so to know that there are young people who heard us, saw us talking about this, and they wrote, we're very grateful to them. And then in the top 50, we're interested to know that we have entries from 8 regions.
Oh.
Yes.
So
Yes,
60
entries.
divided by 2.
Exactly. As if we planned it, but it didn't happen, you know. So that's very exciting to know. And I'll tell you the regions later. But just to recap, we asked young people between the ages of 11 and 15 to write an essay. That's level 1 of the literacy challenge. And it was a very simple topic, even though it was quite technical, people thought. We said that they should write about how climate change is affecting agriculture in Ghana. And we asked them to look at the different areas or different levels at which this is happening.
Yeah.
The individual, the families, the community, and then Ghana as a whole, right? And then we also asked them to write or give us solutions as to how we could address these issues. And oh my goodness, they wrote.
Oh.
They wrote. And you've heard some of the entries.
Yes.
One of the things that has been exciting is the fact that, you know, even though it was quite a scientific or technical topic, they were still very creative about how they presented their thoughts. And for me, that's where the magic is. You know, so we're very proud of them, and we have our top 50.
Right. So we're about to name them.
We're about to name them.
So you're already out there watching
How
to
to
know
name
whether
them.
you're part of it.
And this is in no particular order. So we haven't ranked it from, oh, this is the first, this is
Yeah.
the 50th. No, top 50
Yeah.
as a group, okay? So number 1 on our list, we have Ase Esi Geraldo from Alcid Academy at Jorolu in the Greater Accra region.
Beautiful.
Ama Santua Ata Duncan, Bishop Bowers International School at Latebiokoshi,
Latebiokoshi, yeah.
also in the Greater Accra region. Janelle Abriel Oforiwa Ofori, Silicon Valley International School of Angkor, Greater Accra. And Silicon Valley, they are no strangers to this
To this,
competition.
exactly.
Obaya.
We just need to ask them why they are very keen of giving us a candidate every now and then
Yes,
on
no,
the
and
show.
actually they'll tell you when you speak to some of their teachers, and they have coaches.
Ooh.
Yes, they tell the young people that competition is part of life. So
Okay.
if you want to thrive in life, you need to have a competitive mindset.
Good.
And exposing them to things like this also brings out the best. So it's something that they do in their school. You know, very interesting. And there are lots of them. You see, the next name here, also from Silicon Valley International School, Obaya Frimpong, right? So from Silicon Valley. Then we have Anne Michelle Blay from Wellspring School at Ablekuma, also in the Greater Accra region. Then we have Tyra Ohiming Eje, Country International School, Greater Accra region. Nana Kwame Siedu Sanfo, Allswell Academy, Winneba, Central region. Odai Samuel Otu, Glorious Child School, Greater Accra. Hubert Esiedu Lutrot, Wellspring School, so another Wellspring, Ablekuma, Greater Accra. Ajapong Nanefwa Ofusua, and that's Blessed Redeemer Preparatory School in Koko in the Eastern region. Nchua Kwating, Christ the King International School, Greater Accra region. Efia Dobia Samoa, Silicon Valley, again.
Angkor.
That's the
of
third one.
Angkor.
Yeah.
It is. Abdul Hakim Baku, Winning Life Academy, Tamale, in the northern region.
Oh, beautiful.
Deladem Kobla, Sacred Heart, Sunyang, that's in the Bono region, of course. Faith Tishope Avopodi, Dadrin School Complex in Sutawasa, Western region. Yes, so we have Western in there now. Dinam Haliga, Southbridge Montessori School, Greater Accra region. Precious Yafi, Glorious Child School, Greater Accra region. Adum Michelle Nanoko, Silicon Valley,
again.
once again. Arella Oforidaku, Morning Glory, Teshi, Greater Accra region. Darius Inshirabwachisa, Covenant Presby School, and that's in the Greater Accra region. That's a school of our reigning champion, actually. Yes. So they're in there. They want to defend the title.
The title.
Really do. Lillian Amwako Nakisha is her other name.
Okay.
And she is also from Silicon Valley International School. Jezreel Oforientry, Eje, Mount Olivet School, Kumasi, Ashanti region. Amenogo Precious Eliklim, Kutuka Primary JHS, Greater Accra, one of the garrison schools. Angela Jameshi, Southbridge School, Greater Accra region. Olivia Awolo, Abuabo DAJHS, and that's in Fanti-Akwa North, Eastern region. Salasi Dushi, Southbridge Montessori School, so another Southbridge, that's Greater Accra. Ivana Macaulay, Covenant International School, Volta region. So we have Covenant Presby, which is in Accra, and then we have Covenant International from the Volta region, and the young lady from there is Ivana Macaulay. Eliana Koshi Emisa. Now, we don't know Eliana's school. She didn't put it on her script, but we know how to contact her. The team, as they are reaching out, will make sure that they get that information. So for now, we don't know her region either. Rihanna Naamele Aite, Wellspring School. We've heard Wellspring already, Ablekuma. Blessed Nanaya Bedu, St. Paul Methodist Preparatory, Winneba, Central Region. And then we have Watuomo, Mirabel. Mirabel's big sister has been in the top 10 twice before.
Wow. So
yeah,
she's teaching her kisses.
It looks like it, because once you saw the name, you said, no, this name, very familiar. And she goes to Judeidiri Model JHS in Wa. So all the way from the Upper West region. Jira International School, from there we have Afu in Shira. And Jira,
we've had before,
exactly,
a winner.
We've had a winner from there, Ata Shaman in the Greater Accra region. Southbridge Montessori School, Greater Accra, showing up again with Richard Akrofi Majiti. Yes, there we go. Prince Park, Kwesi Boafo, Elim Academy, Akim Ayirbi, Eastern region. So Eastern region too, they want to show their muscles. Again, from the reigning champion school, Covenant Presby School, Jolu, Greater Accra, Eduji, Kofi Yebo. So there we go. Then we have Janai, Amwa, Morning Glory, Greater Accra region. And there's another Morning Glory. So there you go. Then from the Almighty Vision Academy, we have Apia Menka Asari. And this young, I'm guessing it's a young man, is from Sunyai in the Bono region. Covenant Presby School again. Aviel Velda Gibre. Bire. Bire. Gbireh. Bire. Aviel Velda Bire from Covenant Presby School, Greater Accra region. Then we have Amaryllis Amafio, Bishop Bowers, Greater Accra.
That's the second one.
Then Clarabelle Ifwa Dutch Rule from Wellspring School, Ablekuma, once again, here in the Greater Accra region. Then we have Cyrus Kwabna Boache, Crystal Heights International School, Amasaman, Greater Accra region. Then we move on to Michelle Nana Abba Ajapong, Queen of Peace RC Basic School in Medina, also in the Greater Accra region. Then we have here Atinga Adongo, Abe Halpin School Limited, and this is not the first time we're receiving, entries from there either. And they are in Tamale, Northern region. Pakwesi Afedu Kumsin, Calvary Methodist Church School, Takrady, in the Western region. Melinda Judith Jambo, St. Nicholas Anglican JHS, Cape Coast, in the Central region. Then we come back to Jira International School again, and the person from there is Karen Esuman. Karen Esuman, and of course, Jira is in the Greater Accra region. Alexandra Hammond, Peace Royal School from Takwa in the Western region. Then we have Ifwa Yaba Gate, St. Paul Methodist Preparatory School, Winneba, Central region. And last but definitely not the least on the list, Etonam Manyo Saki, Dar es Salaam B and C JHS, Greater Accra region.
Wow.
Ladies and gentlemen, lady and gentlemen, your top 50 for the Literacy Challenge 2025.
And what I find it interesting in all this is, you know, some schools have multiple contests.
Yes, yes. And I'll tell you how that happens. So when the entries are coming through, some of them, you see that a post has come through an EMS package, and there are like 50 scripts in there. So everybody, you know, in the school has been encouraged to write, and then the students take up the challenge. In some cases, some of the teachers are very deliberate about pointing out, no, I know you're interested in writing, I know you like to write, so the 10 of you, make sure you participate, and then they put it through. So very much, even though this is something to challenge the individual young people who fall within the age range, the schools also take it personal, and they jump in the fray and encourage the young people to try something new.
And it even helps the schools, the school in sort of like publicity.
Absolutely.
Getting people to know the school. For instance, you mentioned a particular school that has like 5 to 6 of students coming in there. Someone asked her, what is happening in this particular school?
I want to go and find out.
I want to go and find out what is in the school. So I think it's a step in the right direction. It's really helping them.
You're right. But I just want to give a snapshot of the regions that are represented. So you've got the Greater Accra region, Central region, Ashanti region, Volta region, Eastern region, Western, Bono, and then the Upper West region.
Wow.
So those are the 8 regions that are represented in the top 50.
So what is the level 2 going to look like?
It's going to be interesting, that I can tell you. So we're doing the aptitude tests. You know, all of what we're doing actually is part of level 2. So we've been reading some of the scripts, waiting for the top 50 announcement. Now we're going into the height of it. So this Saturday, the 9th of August, we'll go to the British Council here in Accra. So everybody from all the 8 regions converge here. Now what happens is at 12 noon, they sit for an aptitude test. And it's general knowledge. And they don't know what is coming. But they will answer the questions and they will ace the test. It always happens. For 1.5 hours, they do this multiple choice test. There's language in there, so English language, there's literature, there's scientific knowledge, not hardcore science, but scientific knowledge, numeracy and numerical concepts, general knowledge, you know, across the board, so lots of interesting trivia, current affairs, which would fall under social studies in the broader context of many of the curricula that we do here. So you have a mixed bag of things. Sometimes it's entertainment, sometimes it's art concepts. It's very interesting, even for me. So now they sit down and they write this test, and that will determine who makes it to the top 10. But immediately after they write the aptitude test on Saturday, what we say is that we think that thousands of young people have written essays, and you've made it to the top 50. We can't just let you go like that.
Exactly.
So we do a small ceremony. Usually their parents are there, teachers, sometimes reps from their schools, but you know, it's a nice little crowd. And then we award them certificates of participation, and we decorate them with medals. And
that's
why
the top 50?
Top 50, all of them. And why is it important to do that? Because in the future, you need to prove that you actually did something. Yes, and these things have opened doors for many young people who have passed through the challenge to gain admission into some of their dream schools all over the world. Just knowing that when you are this young, you are that daring to try something. And when you're applying to universities globally, many of them want to see that you are more than just your grades.
Right.
You know, your co-curricular, your risk-taking ability, your knowledge base is wide. They look for these things. So sometimes it's great to have their certificate, apart from having it as a keepsake to show to your children in the future that you actually did it and you're not telling lies, you know. It's also evidence for some of the things they want to do. But then also just framing it and putting it in your room and say, I did that. You know, I got this. We think it's an important thing to do. So that will happen on Saturday as well.
Right. I'm excited for them.
Yeah, I'm actually excited for them. So if they are supposed to be in Accra by when? Friday?
So it depends. Some actually come on the morning of, and that's why we put the test in the afternoon.
By 12,
so that at least, you know, those who have to do, if it's a bus, whatever it is, they can get in on time. But the team, you know, the literacy challenge is not just me, it's huge.
Yeah.
They've been calling, and so those who need to come in on Friday, they know. Some have family members here, others will make their own arrangements. You know, that's how it works. But they will be here and they will write the tests.
So I was even going to ask, how are the, you know, invigilators, tutors, everyone feeling about this whole thing? Not just the students this time, the other people involved.
So, you know, when you call the parents, they're screaming on the phone. There's different reactions. Some of them are screaming. Some of them, they'll ask you to repeat what you said. Then you repeat it. Then the excitement follows. Some of them are very composed. And then they'll send a WhatsApp message later, thanking you and sharing a prayer. You know, it's very interesting. The reactions are wide and varied. As we're announcing to some call themselves, they place a call because they want to be sure that what they heard is true before they let the student know that, you know, this is what it is. So it's a very emotional but exciting time, even for us watching how things play out.
Right. I'm excited about it. I can't wait for Saturday.
Yeah, we'll have to go and look at what happens.
No,
it's actually very interesting. I like the fact that they were, the last one, the fact they were able to build things with their hands.
Yes. So that's a key thing,
you know,
during the aptitude test. So it's not just the paper. There are things you have to interact with. Yes, I think 2 years ago, you told them to assemble the human digestive system.
Yes.
And then now, based on what they've done, they now have to sketch and then answer questions. Last year, they were given different materials, and then they were told to categorize them as either being biodegradable or non-biodegradable. And then now, based on that, what you have categorized, you now answer questions. So it's applied knowledge, and that's why it's an aptitude test.
Yeah.
You remember in the past, you hear quantitative aptitude, verbal aptitude, you know, and this is very broad.
Philip and I will need one.
Yeah. No, we'll bring it to you. So you know what will happen next week, Monday. The two of you will sit. So a week from today,
let's do it.
You sit here and do the test.
Yeah, but I know I'll feel the math part. Anything math, I'm just letting you know in advance.
Or well, it's a long test. So maybe what we should do is we should take the sections. Then each day next week, you handle a section. I think is that fair?
Yeah.
And when it's math, let me know.
Oh, but it's not the kind of math that you can't handle.
If only I don't get vanished. but it's exciting.
Yes, I really can't wait for it.
This thing really broadens the brains of children and all that.
Yeah.
When you even participate, I had an interview with the gentleman who was, I think,
2011. Philemon Dabra. Yeah.
And from the way he spoke, he's had a change of life from the time he participated in the literacy challenge till now.
Yeah. And now we're even trying to look. Do you know what it took to get Philemon into the studio that morning? Because he's so busy.
Yes.
Wow.
He's a doctor.
Yeah, he's a doctor. Very busy and well sought after, young as he is. So we imagine this is somebody who we had access to, and now just seeing what he has become. And like you're saying, he always tells a story that singular experience
changed everything for him.
Life.
Yeah. Anyway, we really can't wait for Saturday. But Apioka, it was really nice having you on this.
Always
Madam Apioka.
Chris.
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we've been speaking to Apioka Sheriam Ashong Abe, who's the head of programs production right here at Channel 1 TV. Let's take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll be delving straight into our communities.
Where politics meets power, where the tough questions are asked, welcome to Face to Face. Every Tuesday at 9 p.m., join Umaru Sanda Amadou as he takes you face to face with the key players shaping the future of our nation.
I lost over $10 million at the trade fair.
You had a fight with the management of trade fair?
I don't have a fight with them. I just deplore the way they went about what they did.
Let's talk about the chief prosecutor of the state at the time that you were being prosecuted, Godfrey Yeboah-Dame, the Attorney General.
Yes. I think he was directed to jail us.
By who?
By the system.
Boko has been a failure for your government, though.
Can't be a failure.
You have not solved it.
No, you are not praising them, the previous government for solving Yendi, which was even a more difficult case.
quite obvious that from these votes, the people felt that let's just let you go.
So they were disappointed
in us.
You are essentially the worst government in the Fourth Republic.
I don't know how you are doing that. If you based on the indicators.
Yes, based on the number of people who refuse to come and vote for you.
If that is your analysis, then why not?
No filter, no boundaries, just the truth behind the headlines. Deep, bold, and unflinching. Face to Face with Umaru Sanda Amadou airs on Tuesdays at 9 p.m. only on Channel 1 TV, where politics gets real.
This August, get ready for an unforgettable night of worship and celebration as Perez Music presents Glorified, dubbed His Love and Kindness. Ministering live, Perez Music, alongside the legendary Daughters of Glorious Jesus. Also ministering Joyful Way Incorporated, Minister Gabi Akwe and Edom Evangelist. Join us on Sunday, the 31st of August, 2025 at 4 p.m. sharp at the Victory Bible Church, Awoshi Dominion Sanctuary for an evening of powerful ministry and praise. It's absolutely free. But if you would like to support this ministry, you can do so by purchasing our special event merchandise or call 0557 116 607. That is 0557 116 607. Let's come together and raise a sound of gratitude for God's love and kindness. It's going to be nothing short of heaven on earth. This event is proudly sponsored by Eddie Spitzer and powered by Rima City of Worship.
We are grateful that you stayed with us here on Breakfast Daily on Channel 1 TV. Let's now move to our communities. We are taking you to a community called Dio. The Chiefs compound there do not have midwives, and that is a very pressing issue which is affecting people who go there for delivery, let's say, when they are pregnant and all that. Let's take you to the area and let's bring you this report filed by Mohammed M. Alabira. After, we will definitely talk about it here.
The community-based health planning and services Chiefs concept was introduced to bring healthcare closer to people living in remote areas. It was meant to ease the burden of long and difficult journeys to access medical services. However, for many Chiefs compounds, the reality falls far short of this vision. At the Joe Chiefs compound in the Nanumba North municipality, severe challenges persist, from inadequate staffing to poor infrastructure. The facility is expected to serve more than 10 communities, with the nearest alternative located in Bimbila. The roads connecting these communities are in deplorable condition, especially during the rainy season, making access extremely difficult. Abukar Yusuf, one of the nurses at the compound, shared the daily struggles they face.
We are four in number. Well, four. How many communities do you say are around here? Yeah. It were many, but now they have reduced it to 10. So you now serve 10 communities? Yes, that's under you. Under you. And only 4 of you are here saving them? Yes, yes.
Some residents also expressed deep frustrations to Channel 1 News.
We have problem, concerning the midwife situation. I do this hospital here. If a woman is to be, deliver, when they bring that wife or a lady there, there's no midwife for them to take good care of them, unless we send a person to Bimbla. And then, a road from here to Bimbla is not something small.
More things we need about them. If you go there, there's no medicine. If you go and they treat you, they will give you medicine. You go to one doctor and try the medicine.
Shen me Diani, Hatem Jamotan, Nanya Rabdi to Arba. Anto Kumal Flukacha shift man. Captain Yula. To share the Bianabata, Makan. Shana do an usu paya da hashar ki bucha. The car midwife vien yala won lihreter and she ever bala moto.
The chief of Joe, through Bigina Abukaramidu, has also added his voice.
When say Gadam is not here, I bought by Sakam to your nature to be Sakam was our last year car. The that ship woman, the captain, the Cadwater, without man. How you bore a pan a chief man can get to your bad day. The men that are the kind, don't inspire my young. Until go on night to Pergana. The endeavor is on about motor. You can't have them black.
The assemblyman for Joe electoral area told Channel 1 News he has endured many sleepless nights worrying about the condition of the health facility.
If you go to the junior high, I went there, the teacher has done bungalows. The absence of the bungalows have demotivated some of the teachers to go and stay in town. Before they are coming to reach in Duo community to teach, it could be somewhere along 10 to 11. So they may also teach, let's say, only 3 hours and they return.
So that is what is happening at Joe in the northern region. This is a very pressing issue. Our correspondent Mohammed M. Aminu Alabira is joining us live to bring us a lot more details on this particular story. Aminu, good morning.
Good morning, boss.
You indicated that a number of communities rely on this chips compound, that is the Joe chips compound. Can you help us understand which areas depend solely on this chips compound?
Yeah, thank you so much. Joe is one of the rural communities in the Nanumba North municipality here. It is a bit far away from Bimbila, and several communities, as indicated in the story, depend on the chief compound for services. Communities like Joa, we have Joe, and we have Joa, we have Saina Yili, we have Gambuga, about so many communities, my brother, and all of this, they all come to Joe facility for help.
And for how long has this facility been without a midwife or midwives?
Yes, I think since its inception, it has been there without a midwife. Those there, they are those that I met at the time I went, and my conversation with them is that they are all of them were maids, and sometimes male too can be a midwife, not a midwife, but a midman too. But all of them, they are there, and I don't know what is happening. They complain that the only tricycle that usually they use to convey women in labor from that place, and the journey from Bimbila to the community is not an easy one. It is very far away, and they use tricycles. The road too is very much trouble. Lots of potholes and this, and so you can imagine if a woman in labor is sitting in a tricycle to be transported across this road. It's something that is very serious for it.
All right, so how long has this place been in existence for?
It's more than, it's close to 2 decades now.
2 decades?
20 years now.
Yeah.
Yes.
And all of them are, we don't have midwives, and mostly everyone is male. And when you look at the community, obviously you would see that this is a community that is sort of like very protective when it comes to the body of a woman. Like a woman would prefer a woman to, attend to her when it comes to gynecological issues. Or are they okay with the men attending to them?
I find majority of people, residents here being Muslims and Christians, some are traditionalists.
Yeah.
And especially that community is a traditional community. So for a man to attend to a woman in that state is something that they themselves are not comfortable with.
Right. And with this issue already, being in existence, now how do the women actually take care of themselves when they are pregnant, when they need to see someone, when they need to see a specialist, when they need to even see a midwife? What happens?
Yes, my interaction with some of the women was that sometimes throughout their period, they might not go to the facility for any checks, or they have these local midwives who will normally come to them. And sometimes they go to over the counter to that, like if they are feeling any pain or something of that sort, they just go to over the counter and buy medicine. Because the distance from there to the community to Bimbila, like I said, is not a small journey. And if they are but even community members, these are they are villages. This kind of protecting or attending to women and things is not something that is there. So when a woman is pregnant, they are just left to themselves till they deliver. All that the man is interested is in the baby or something.
Right.
So it's not easy for the woman.
Right. So what's the rate of maternal mortality in that area?
Sometimes it is very high because the last time I spoke, one woman told me she gave birth and the child, she lost the child too. So, and it was as a result of her not being able to attend the hospital. So she didn't. She told me she was feeling the pain before she delivered, and once she delivered, the baby was gone.
Right.
So that area, it is something that is very high there, please.
Right. And have the authorities been made aware of this? Those who are in charge, have they been made aware of this? And if they have, especially for the place being there for 2 decades, what's happening?
Yes, they have. They are aware of the situation over there. And boss, I don't know the policy of what's the name, Chief Compound. I am told that they are not supposed to have, or they are limited in having a number of workers there. Like, though, for instance, in the report we say there are 4 nurses there, but my understanding is that no, that to some people they may say it's overstaffed. So that they should not have that number. Because this is what I got from authorities there. They were telling me that, the four is even too much for them. So it's something. Wow. I don't know what is happening.
But when you visited there as a reporter, did you see that patients had come around and health officials taking care of them? Was there brisk activity going on there?
No, as at the time I visited, there was no single patient there. It isn't, the challenge has not got to do with only the midwife. First, the life has just connected to a facility just some few days or months to the election. That was the time they got life. So their medicine, as you saw in the story, you saw that some of them were in the boxes just standing on the floor there, and the nurse was taking me around. They have only one fridge there, so storage is a problem there. They have nowhere to store their medicine. So all these things are something that is seriously affecting them there. Wow. Accommodation for the nurses too is another thing.
And let's come to that one. The accommodation being a problem for the nurses or the health officers there. So where do they reside? Where do they stay? What have they been telling you concerning the accommodation?
Yeah, what they tell me is that, like the nurse that I met over there, he tells me he's coming from Tamale, and that for him he has no alternative than to stay there. There is a structure there for them, but my boss it's not of the best of conditions, assuming where the people are coming from, but they have no alternative. The others, they manage. Some of them they commute daily from Bimbila or from Lipusi to the community. That is how far some of them stay, because they want if you are in the community, there's no network. You can't get call. You can't get network to make simple calls like we are talking now. If it is in the community, no. So many of these nurses and even teachers, they don't stay in the communities.
Wow. Muhammad,
Not in the community, but in the communities. All the communities that depend on Joe, they all don't have network.
Wow, the issue is bigger than we thought. Anyway, thank you so much for your time. Keep monitoring events for us there. And let's bring the stories that we can from these rural areas. This is coming from Joe, and Joe is in the Nanumba North area, from what our correspondent said in the northern region. And it's just sad that a particular community that we say that other communities depend on the very chips compound they have in that area. They do not have the required equipment. They do not have the skilled people to take care of them. Even looking at the facility itself, there's nothing to write home about. Aminu has been telling us that this has been like that for 20 years, or the structure has been in existence for 2 decades. And the question we all keep asking is, how is the national cake being shared? Chris?
For me, it's very, very irritating. Irritating in the sense that I can imagine what these women are going through. You know, it's not just because that there are no midwives, but for the fact that it's a region where they are a bit religious and traditional, you understand? These are women that will tell you, okay, I want a woman to handle me. So if we know these regions actually exist, I mean, something should be done about it. It's 2025. We're trying to reduce the rate of mortality, maternal mortality. Instead of making it worse.
Because of accommodation.
It's worrying.
They may not come. Let's speak to the medical doctor for the area and also for the Joe Chips compound, Francis Kwame. Good morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning.
I trust you are doing well.
Yes, I'm doing well.
For how long have you been a medical doctor at this facility?
I've been here for the past 3 years.
3 years?
Yes.
Tell us the issues there.
Yeah, I think, how do you call it? Expansion of care has been one of the key policies to achieve universal health coverage. And over the years, we've had challenges in having accommodation for staff to stay at the health facility. And so the limited accommodation that we have at those facilities can only accommodate a few staff, probably 2 or 3 staff at the compound. So that has been a major challenge for pushing staff to the chief's compound because of accommodation here, where the chief's compounds are also located. There is no sufficient accommodation to rent for those staff to stay in. They can't stay in the local houses that the community members are staying because of. So that has been a major challenge in pushing staff to those areas. I think the chief's compound is supposed to have a minimum of, say, 3 staff.
A minimum of how many?
3.
3?
Yes.
Okay.
3. A community health officer, and then probably 2 enrollments to assist in the clinical care. Then the CHO will have to be visiting the community every week to attend to their needs in the community. So that has been the structure of the system.
But we understand that that particular facility do not have midwives. Is that needed, that we are supposed to have midwives at the facility, or they are supposed to travel all the way to Bimbila to access healthcare when it comes to antenatal or their pregnancy, or when they are supposed to give birth?
Okay, so for antenatal, the CHO, who is a community health nurse, has been trained to be able to do antenatal. It's believed that when there is an emergency delivery, the community health nurse can conduct delivery. On emergency basis, maybe a woman has come with head in vagina, the community health nurse has been trained to be able to do that delivery. But where the woman comes and then there is no head in vagina, then we have to refer the woman, or the woman probably will have to go to the nearest health facility where there is a midwife, which is also not very far from the Joe compound. There is a Catholic clinic just about 4 to 5 kilometers away from the Joe chief. There is a midwife there, and then they can support in the delivery when there is a need for a woman to deliver. They don't necessarily have to come to Bimbila or Makaili to deliver. So there is a clinic there who has 2 midwives, and then other medical assistants are also there. So when there is a need for a woman to deliver, they don't have to come to Bimbila Hospital to deliver. They go to the, how do you call it, St. Elizabeth's clinic to deliver.
Okay. So for the CHIPS compound, it's also like sort of to augment the efforts of the clinic and also the hospital. What do you think that this dual CHIPS compound immediately need, or the pressing demand of this facility?
Okay. Right now, they need two major things. They need a vaccine fridge, and also a tricycle ambulance that will help in referring the mothers from the UCC to probably the nearest health facility, which is the St. Elizabeth's clinic, when there is a need, probably in the night when the woman is in labor, and then comes to the UCC and they need to move the woman to the St. Elizabeth clinic. They will need a motor tricycle ambulance, and also vaccine free. Now they don't have a vaccine free, so they have to go to their mother facility, which is about 15 kilometers from the zoo every day to collect vaccines and return the vaccine on daily basis. Anytime they want to run immunization service, that's what they have to do. And I think it's not economical having to move every day between 30 kilometers every day just to collect vaccine and return the vaccine.
Wow.
Yeah.
Right. So, Doc, I just wanted to ask you, are you happy with how the place is when it comes to arrangement? I mean, especially from what we're seeing on the screen here. I see boxes on the floor. I see old cupboards. I see things just strewn around. Are you happy with that? Is there some sort of other?
I'm not happy. I would say I'm happy with it. Actually, that facility is happy to be the first compound that was constructed in the Nanumba North municipality. And then there are plans to renovate the facility. And so we are currently working with the municipal assembly for them to renovate some of those facilities.
Mm-hmm. And so, while working with the municipal assembly, have they given you any dates per se when it comes to renovating?
They've not given me any specific dates, but we are still lobbying with them. As part of one of the projects that they are implementing this year, they said that they will be renovating a couple of health facilities in the municipality under the TUCO project.
Right.
Wow. Anyway, so well, from what you've said, you are making some sort of efforts to get the issues resolved and get the place also to have the needed equipment and all that. What is the challenge?
Pardon?
I'm asking you, as the medical doctor, you said that you are in talks, you are making efforts so that you can get the needed equipment and also resolve some issues and all that. But are you facing some challenge? And if yes, if you can share these challenges with us.
Yeah, I think, so the challenge has to do with funding. The Minister actually has competing needs from the various communities. Currently, under the new administration, they have plans to construct new chief compounds at other places. And then I just had a meeting with the municipal executive, that's our thing, last week. And then those issues about the deplorable state of some of the health infrastructure in the municipality came up. And he himself has taken a tour of all the health facilities and has tabled some of those areas that he wants to work on. And I think this is one of this compound that he highly talked about. So I believe that in the near, in the year, we will see some renovation going on in some of those facilities.
Right. But, Doc, I just want to ask, what's the maternal mortality rate in that area?
So far, we have not recorded any maternal mortality from the Jew area. No mother has died from there because anytime a mother is in labor and they realize that it is critical, they refer to similar hospital. But the record that we have shows that no mother from that enclave has died within the past 3 years.
Wow.
Right.
You are doing well as a doctor.
Okay.
Are doing well. Anyway, thank you so much, sir. Francis Kwame is the medical director at Nanumba North, and we are talking about the Joe Chips compound, which is in dire need of some equipment and also the needed or the skilled personnel. The government should move in there. Benevolent individuals should also move in there and get the issues resolved. Well, we would now have to cross over, bring you a press conference, which is a joint press conference by Cybersecurity Authority and the police CID on recent online scams. Let's cross over now and bring you that feed.
These operations underscore the growing threat of cybercrime and the importance of coordinated action across law enforcement and cybersecurity agencies. The CSA commends all our international partners for their continuous support in victim identification and repatriation efforts. The CSA and the Ghana Police Service remain committed to working closely with international partners and local stakeholders to dismantle cyber criminal networks, safeguard victims of cyber-enabled trafficking, and strengthen Ghana's overall cyber security resilience as part of the President's overall agenda. The CSA calls on the public to remain vigilant, to report suspicious online activities to the authorities' 24-hour POC hotline 292, either by text or a direct call. The public can also report via the following email: report@csa.gov.gh. report@csa.gov.gh. Thank you, and I'll hand over the mic to the Director General, CID.
Good morning once again, members of the press and colleagues. Thank you for honoring our invitation to this morning's press briefing. As has been our practice, the Criminal Investigations Department of the Ghana Police Service is committed to providing regular updates on major criminal cases currently under investigation. Today's briefing will focus on 4 key investigations, which are the murder of an immigration officer and the arrest of a key suspect named Bright Awe, a breakthrough in multiple car robbery cases following the arrest of convicted fugitive Abubakari Sadiq, the arrest of suspects in a case of a robbery attack on a taxi driver at Medina, and also some work done by Interpol Ghana on transnational stolen vehicle cases. The first one is the murder of an immigration officer. The Ghana Police Service, through its Criminal Investigations Department, is actively investigating the gruesome murder of Assistant Inspector of Immigration Stephen King Amwa, popularly known as Otumfo Nana, who was initially reported missing early last month in July 2025. On 4 July 2025, the Kwabenya District Police Command received a complaint regarding the disappearance of Assistant Inspector Stephen King Amwa, an immigration officer stationed at the Sports Department of the Ghana Immigration Headquarters in Accra. Investigations revealed that on 3 July 2025, at approximately 8 p.m., the deceased left his residence at Ashoma Estate after receiving WhatsApp images of cash bundles from one Bright Awe, who requested to meet him at a spot at Ashoma Estate to settle an outstanding debt. According to the complainant, Mr. Amwa never returned home that night and his phone remained switched off thereafter. On 6 July 2025, subsequent police operations led to the arrest of suspect Bright Awe with aliases Roberts or Highest Bright. During interrogation, he admitted to meeting and giving the deceased 500,000 cedis in cash on 3 July 2025 when they met at a spot at Ashoma Estate. He claimed that he instructed the deceased to use 200,000 Ghana cedis to pay off certain debts and hold the remaining 300,000 cedis for later collection. However, the suspect failed to clearly explain the source of the funds and provided conflicting statements which heightened suspicions of foul play. He was arraigned before the Kwabenya Circuit Court on 8 July 2025 on a provisional charge of kidnapping. On the morning of 9 July 2025, police discovered a severely burnt body in a gutter near GBC Satellite opposite Comet Estate in Accra. The body was conveyed to the police hospital morgue. Following this discovery, investigators from the Kwabenya police joined the crime scene and later proceeded with the complainant and 6 relatives to the morgue. Despite the extent of the burns, the relatives positively identified the body as that of Stephen King Amwa, who had been missing since 3rd July 2025. The investigation took a decisive turn on 16 July 2025 when the CID, supported by officers from the counter-terrorism unit and the Kwabenya District Police, visited the suspect's residence. A forensic inspection revealed the following: blood stains in the living room and evidence of attempted cleanup, freshly sprayed walls, and empty can of spray paint. A search of a secondary crime scene near the GBC satellite area also uncovered a burnt woolen carpet stained with blood and partially burnt camouflage fabric. These items were photographed, retrieved, and processed for forensic analysis. On 24 July, police obtained a warrant from the court to search a particular room in the suspect's house. A search in the room revealed more blood stains which were photographed and samples were collected for forensic analysis. A further search in the bushes about 100 meters from the suspect's house also led to the retrieval of a fufu pestle with blood stains all over it wrapped in polythene. Police also impounded the suspect's vehicle in which some blood stains were also seen and same was collected for analysis. I wish to state that the initial blood samples collected have tested positive for human blood. To aid the investigation, the deceased mother and son have provided samples for DNA profiling. In the face of these pieces of evidence, the suspect, who was initially charged with kidnapping, has since been rearrested and formally charged with murder. He is currently on remand following his appearance before the Adabraka District Court and is scheduled to reappear on 8th August 2025. A special operation is currently underway to identify and arrest his accomplices, and we are following other vital leads to gather all necessary evidence against the suspect and his accomplices. The Ghana Police Service wishes to assure the public that the investigation remains ongoing and that every effort is being made to ensure that all the perpetrators are brought to justice. The Criminal Investigation Department once again has busted the vehicle robbery syndicate following the arrest of a convicted fugitive, Abubakari Sadiq, who is linked to a series of vehicle robbery cases across multiple regions in Ghana. The suspect and his accomplices operated under the guise of being members of a non-governmental organization or religious group. Their modus was to approach car rental companies and drivers pretending to rent their vehicles for missionary work in parts of northern Ghana, only to rob them of their vehicles mid-journey, often in remote locations in the northern region. In one instance, on 11th November 2022, the suspect rented a Toyota Land Cruiser from a car rental company for missionary work in the northern region. When they got to a place near Malzeri, close to Yendi, the driver was tied to a tree and the vehicle stolen from him. A similar incident occurred in January 2023 when another Toyota Land Cruiser was taken under the same pretext. In April 2023, a Toyota Vitz was also stolen and later sold in Bolgatanga using the same modus. Through investigation and sustained intelligence efforts, the police identified the key suspect as Abubakari Sadiq. A warrant was therefore issued for the suspect's arrest. He was also placed on the police wanted list, the immigration stop list, and an Interpol red notice. In February 2023, police had information that suspect Abubakari Sadiq had been arrested by police in Burkina Faso, but he escaped custody before extradition could be completed. On 28 July 2025, Abubakari Sadiq was finally arrested in Accra through a joint operation involving the CID's anti-armed robbery unit and the national security. He is now in police custody and assisting with investigations. It is of interest to note that the Cape Coast High Court had previously sentenced the suspect in absentia to 25 years imprisonment with hard labor for a 2021 robbery in Breman, Istikuma. He is also implicated in several other car thefts under investigation. We are urging members of the public, particularly car rental operators and victims of similar incidents, to report to the CID headquarters to assist with investigations. Efforts are underway to arrest his accomplices while investigations continue. I'll now move to the arrest of suspects in a case of a robbery attack on a taxi driver at Medina. The CID has also chalked success in our investigation into a robbery incident involving a taxi driver, Mr. Vic Martin Obeng, which took place on 1st January 2025. On the day of the incident, the victim was operating his ash and yellow Toyota Corolla taxi with registration number GM29616, when three young men requested a ride from Madina Zongo Junction to Hacho. While approaching the ICGC church area in Hacho, the suspects attacked him inside the vehicle. They covered his face with a shirt, tied him up, and forced him to lie on the floor on the back seat. The suspects then took control of the vehicle and robbed him of his daily sales, a mobile phone, and 13,000 Ghana cedis in mobile money before abandoning him near Westland. Following receipt of the complaint, a team of investigators visited the scene and deployed intelligence-led operations to track the suspects. On 30th July 2025, acting on intelligence, police arrested suspect Vincent Betoglo at the Accra Mall. A search conducted on him revealed the complainant's stolen mobile phone alongside 3 other mobile phones. Upon interrogation, the suspect claimed he purchased the phones at Kwame Nkrumah Circle but failed to assist police in tracing the alleged seller. Further investigations revealed that suspect Vincent Betoglo is an ex-convict who was convicted in 2011 by the Cocoa Affairs Court 1 and sentenced to 40 years imprisonment. He was, however, released in 2023 after a successful appeal. Police investigations are ongoing and efforts are being intensified to arrest the other suspects involved. Now I will be speaking about some work done by Interpol Ghana on transnational stolen vehicle cases. The CID administration has stepped up efforts to fight vehicle crime by working in close collaboration with other national agencies, including the Customs Division of the Ghana Revenue Authority and international partners like the Interpol, Digipol, and the FBI to share intelligence on vehicles stolen abroad and imported into the country, as well as transnational organized criminal groups involved in the stolen motor vehicle trade and related crimes like money laundering, insurance fraud, identity theft, visa card fraud, among other transnational crimes. This effective collaboration has resulted in the recovery of 43 vehicles stolen from abroad and brought into the country between January and July 2025. These 43 vehicles are mainly high-value luxurious vehicles such as Rolls-Royce, Audi Q8, Porsche, BMW, Mercedes-Benz, etc., stolen from countries such as the Netherlands, Spain, Belgium, Canada, USA, Germany, Italy, and France. Out of the 43 vehicles that have been impounded, investigations have been completed, and the courts have ordered that 18 of them should be repatriated back to the countries of origin. 8 have already been repatriated, while 10 are pending repatriation. Cases on the remaining 25 are still pending in courts. It is important to note that for every vehicle that is impounded, thorough investigations are carried out and the importers are given the opportunity to provide proof of ownership of purchase of the vehicles from the countries of origin. It is sad to note that in almost all the cases mentioned above, those who clear the vehicles in Ghana are unable to provide proof of ownership or purchase of the vehicles from the country of origin prior to their importation into Ghana. Let me indicate here that payment of customs duties in Ghana does not mean that the vehicle was legitimately acquired from the country of origin. To further boost the fight against vehicle crime, a special task force has been set up by the CID administration to conduct intelligence-based operations and impound suspected stolen vehicles brought into the country. So far, the task force has successfully impounded 6 vehicles made up of 4 Toyota Tundra vehicles, 1 Toyota RAV4, and 1 Range Rover, all stolen from Canada. Investigations have commenced to unravel the circumstances surrounding their theft and importation of the vehicles into Ghana. Intelligence gathered on the modus operandi indicate that criminals use fake identities to rent vehicles from car rental companies. While the rental agreement is in force, they clandestinely ship the vehicles out of the country. As soon as they are sure the vehicles have been cleared, they stop paying the rental charges and cut all communication with the company. By the time the rental company realizes that the contract has been abrogated, the vehicle would already have been shipped out of the country of origin. Some of the vehicles are actually stolen from the premises of the owners. The tracking systems are disabled and they are shipped into the country. In some of the cases, fake credit cards or stolen credit card details are used to buy the vehicles on hire purchase. While the agreement is in force, the vehicles are shipped out of the country of origin. Once the vehicle is out and sold to an innocent buyer, the payments on the purchase are stopped. That is when the owners realize the theft and report same to the authorities. Others also buy and import the luxurious vehicles as a way of laundering illicit profits acquired from criminal acts like romance fraud and sextortion. Sadly, some innocent citizens fall victims and purchase vehicles that have been stolen from abroad. I want to take this opportunity to advise all citizens who want to purchase vehicles, particularly those imported from abroad, to go beyond requesting for the customs documents and demand from the importers some proof of purchase or ownership of the vehicle prior to its importation into the country. Ladies and gentlemen of the press, the cases outlined today highlight Ghana Police Service's unwavering commitments to investigating serious crimes and bringing perpetrators to justice. From the gruesome murder of Stephen King Amwa to the arrest of high-profile robbery suspect Abubakari Sadiq and the ongoing pursuit of assailants in the Medina taxi robbery case, as well as the cases of sale of vehicles stolen from outside the country, we remain focused and professional in carrying out our duties. We acknowledge public concern regarding the pace of some investigations. Let me assure you that all cases are being handled diligently, guided by evidence and due process. On behalf of the Inspector General of Police, Mr. Christian Tete Yohono, I wish to commend all police officers involved for their dedication, especially those who continue to work long hours to gather evidence, trace suspects, and ensure that justice is served. A special thanks goes to the Office of the Attorney General and Ministry of Justice, particularly the Office of the DPP, whose hard work and dedication gives meaning to all the work we do at the CID. We're also grateful to all sister agencies, and I want to particularly thank my brother, DG, for his unwavering support. We've been working tirelessly night and day to ensure that victims are actually rescued and suspects are put before courts. Thank you so much. We want to thank our stakeholders, both local and international, for their continued support. As I conclude, I wish to urge members of the public to continue to support our work by volunteering credible information to the police and other security agencies. Together, we can ensure that Ghana remains safe and secure. I thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live on CCTV. I would want to acknowledge the presence of a few media houses, then we'll take two rounds of questions. Joy News, Channel 1, Television, City FM, GTV, Peace FM, Metro TV, Angel FM TV, Daily Graphic, Class FM and Accra FM, TV3, 3 News. We are also live on Ghana Police TV as well. Thank you very much. Ghana News Agency, Business and Financial Times, Ghanaian Times, Daily Guide, UTV, Asase Radio, Radio Gold, and a number of media houses that have joined us here. Ladies and gentlemen, we will take two rounds of questions. Please, if you want to ask a question, you mention your name and that of your media house. Comfortably, you can.
Good morning, once again. I'm Belinda Alan Kwanzaa from Weasel TV, and this actually concerns me because it's in my area. So the rides we've been ordering, Uber, Bolt, Yango, etc., have been making complaints about the Awudomen Cemetery stretch in the evening. Normally when they are going to pick someone up, it's either someone makes a false order, then when the ride gets there, they beat you up, take your car and everything from you, then they leave you. If you are lucky, if you're not lucky, they might kill you. If you're lucky, they might leave your car with you or damage something on your car. I want to know if the CID has heard anything about that and what measures they are putting in place. Yeah.
So how are we doing? Are we asking about 2 or 3 before?
Yeah, let's take 2.
Are we taking like 2 or 3 so that we answer once or so?
Good morning.
Yeah. I directed the regional commander to step up patrols and visibility in that area.
Okay. Good morning, I'm Peter Wawatato, GH1 TV. I want to find out about the cyber operations, some dated as far back as May, especially the one in the full-time region Suwakoma. I want to know how far with prosecution in these cases, if any of them have been convicted, and what is the state of the rest of the cases.
Still ongoing. Still ongoing.
Yeah, court procedures are ongoing.
Good morning. My name is Noble Presbian and I work with TV3. So for the past 8 years, there's not been a single compiled data on crime. So my question is, should we expect crime statistics to be resumed soon, for the updates to come soon, or is there a reason why it has been stalled for the past 8 years? Thank you.
We will take the response before we are in the next round of questions. Thank you very much.
Should we answer now?
Yeah.
So will you do yours or I should do mine?
Okay, let me start.
So you speak on this, so I'll copy one, then I do.
Okay.
All right, thank you very much for the questions. Peter from GH1. For the arrests, most of them have been processed for courts, and court proceedings are currently ongoing. Particularly the one of Sogakove, we are currently, well, I will say the court proceedings are currently ongoing, and we are hopeful that we will yield a positive result from that. Thank you.
Yes. The Awudome Cemetery issue, I know it went viral. A lot of people were circulating a particular video. So what we did was we directed the regional command to focus on that area in terms of being more visible night and day, and not just Awudome, because we definitely have areas of concern. People mentioned the Gimpa stretch. It's also another area. So we've directed that they should step up the visibility efforts, more snap checks and all of that. So the various commanders recently have taken particular focus on those areas. So I believe that we should be hearing more positive stories. But we urge people to complain or report if they come across any incident they would like the police to know about. Our public affairs department is available. Our various police commands are open. So if you have any particular or peculiar case, you can report it. And from TV3, I don't know who you have been asking for those statistics, and probably you've not been given them, but our department is open. If you need any information, you should be able to contact us and then we'll give it to you.
Maybe for some clarity, the past 8 years, it is released as, I think, quarterly, or there's a period where it is released in the public.
All right.
Any details, the kinds of crime, and what efforts have been reported.
All right, no problem. I'll discuss that with my director of public affairs, and then we'll work on that, because we have the statistics available. It's not a matter of a secret or anything that we don't want anybody to know about. So our director of public affairs will take it on. And if you want it personally, you can ask for it. But if it has to be released, as you're saying, we'll look into that. All right. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We'll take the next round of questions. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to acknowledge the presence of Khadija, one of the famous bloggers we have in the country as well. He's the next round of questions.
All right, good evening. My name is Fauzu Masaudu. I work with CTFM and Channel 1 Television. My first question goes to the Cybersecurity Authority. I want to find out from you if there is a data so far as the financial implications of cyber or online scams are concerned. Are there data within a certain given time frame available, especially for the media? And also, the involvement of the transnational dimension to some of these issues you have enumerated. You mentioned that some 14 foreign nationals are set to be repatriated. As a cybersecurity authority, how does the involvement of some of these foreign nationals at the center of cybercrime affect the thinking of your operation? In fact, there's been several calls by some citizens for a certain group of foreign nationals in the country to be sent, quote unquote, back home for some of these reasons. What's your position on that? And then in July this year, one Joseph Bidwe, Ghanaian popularly known as Dada Joe Remix, was extradited in the US, and that was done in collaboration with some security authorities. I believe the cybersecurity was involved. I want to find out if there was any privileged information you can share with the media so far as his prosecution of that case is particularly concerned. And then to the Ghana Police Service, this is a bit out of the free of what we are discussing, but given the fact that, the CID, you are doing an excellent job at tackling crime, but when you take into consideration some of the hotspots of crimes and even the recent surge in chieftaincy class and what have you, there's been calls by security experts for the police as an architecture to also, in a way, put in place certain mechanisms in ensuring the safety of police. What are your own plans as a Ghana Police Service in ensuring that you put in place certain advanced mechanism for the police in combating crime in some of these crime hotspots? Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, we are close to you to look at your questions.
I think we should answer that one first. We should just answer him first.
Yeah, let's answer him. It's 3 in 1, yes. Lost track of his questions.
We will answer him first and then we go out.
We will attempt to answer them.
Thank you, Masaudu.
Data on financial ramifications of the cybercrime.
Yes, we do. We do have data, and when you require, just contact us and we'll point you to the right direction. Often we do actually post some of those on our social media handles as well. The transnational dimension of cybercrime. Cybercrime knows no borders. The crime on its own is transnational in nature. So what we do is to collaborate with international partners, international agencies, sister agencies in other countries as well. And also, of course, internally we collaborate with all law enforcement agencies to be able to tackle the situation. You asked a question whether we are also of the view that a certain group of people know. Our role here is to enforce the mandate given to us and to ensure that our cyber ecosystem is strong. And that is exactly what we are doing, and working with sister agencies like the CID to be able to eliminate crime or at least reduce cybercrime within our jurisdiction. So that is all that concerns us, and that is what we are doing. The other question you asked, today's presser is mainly to tell the stories of our collaboration with the CID. We don't intend to touch on others. Yes, CSA played a major role in other operations, but this is not the platform. Maybe another time we will invite you for those also. Thank you.
So I have to answer mine. Yes, so as part of the IGP's commitment to ensuring that we have peace, safety and security in our country, he's engaging, or he's advised that our commanders on the ground, either at the regional, the divisional or the district level, as part of their focus, they are actively engaged in community policing, And when we do that, we reach out to all organized groups, either it's the chiefs or community leaders, and work with them. Because when all of these issues happen, you know, chieftaincy is an institution on its own. You can't avoid certain things that can come about. What it is that when it happens, we're able to move in and then we deal with the situation. But when we do the community engagements, these are the things that we advise the people on how to move around within their communities, how to engage if there's something that they need the police to work with them for, and with taking the law into their own hands. And they should see the police as partners, you understand? So if that is the situation and they get the understanding, then things can improve. But if in the unfortunate events where you find clashes and all of that happening, definitely those things are criminal in nature, and would have to investigate, would have to make some arrests, and then would have to ensure that we restore calm in all of those areas. I hope that's...
Yes, that's and the safety of your own men.
And the safety of our men on the ground. So we are within our various districts or divisions or stations, we are committed to ensuring that we are providing the peace that the citizens or people are required to have. We are also part of the citizens, we are part of the community. So when it comes to our safety, in ensuring that people are safe, we are also concerned about us as well. So in terms of our logistics, in terms of our procurement of things that we need for our work or to keep us safe, we work with that definitely. In certain areas, maybe there might be 1 or 2 casualties, but that I believe it comes with the work. But I believe our men and women are all safe in the areas that they work in. And the matter of the welfare, if I can put it that way, is a matter of concern for all of us. So if a policeman is in an area where there's an issue, that matter is always taken up and is dealt with. Yes. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We'll take the next round of questions.
Thank you very much. My name is George Joseph, and I report for Pan-African Television. I just want to know what supports are available from CSA to victims of fraud, cyber fraud. I just want to, if there's any, would like to know about those support. Thank you.
Well, my name is Denise. I write for the Chronicle newspaper. But I want to find out, as part of fighting crime, last year we heard, or some time ago, we heard that the police have been provided with body cams. I want to find out whether the body cams are indeed in operation and vehicle that will help the police to do night patrols. And so I want to know whether the police is well equipped to fight crime.
Thank you very much. My name is LF Bako, Business and Financial Plans. So COP Bronco in her remarks touched on the sophisticated modus operandi of this car trafficking or car theft from US and other stuff to Ghana. And she also mentioned that unbeknown to some locals who want to buy a vehicle, probably they do their diligence check and then buy these vehicles genuinely, and then it comes out that these vehicles were stolen. Is there any way we are going to compensate, or what arrangements are there for people who probably end up losing their vehicles, which they bought with all due diligence, but probably because of the sophisticated nature of the operation, they couldn't detect? Thank you.
Is that it?
Another.
Okay. All right, thank you. George, thank you for your question. CSA, we have categorized victims of cyber fraud. So some are victims of online impersonation, and some directly victims of well, they said they use fraud, so we cannot use extortion here. So, well, they were extorted. There was some sort of extortion in terms of finances. So, to answer your question, yes, victims, we do have a 24-hour helpline for our victims. They dial 292 and straight away we get in there. And what we do is we take their incident report, and there's a dedicated team that will investigate and see whether it should be taken further. And a lot of times we do investigate to the end and help to arrest the perpetrators of that. And also, some people actually are victims of impersonation, especially online. On Facebook, Instagram, nowadays TikTok is taking the toll, and they use their names to defraud others, especially most of these victims are high-profile people and media people. In fact, we are currently working on some of the cases, investigating some cases for some of the top media people in this country. People have impersonated them, took money from people, etc., etc. So we do help these victims, we investigate, and we will zero in definitely on the suspects, and we will work with our sister agencies, including the CID and LIB, and we will pick the suspects. And when we pick the suspects, sometimes we don't inform you directly till the investigation is complete. Because if we have to inform you, you get too excited, you go and blow it out in the news, and you jeopardize the investigation process. So a lot of times we try to complete the investigation, and then we invite the victim and explain what has happened and what the actions will be afterwards. So we do support, and we encourage everyone to dial in 292 if they feel they are victims of cyber fraud. Thank you.
Okay, let me mention this one. Yes. I would like to continue from where DG left off in terms of a number to dial. So we also have a WhatsApp number at our domestic violence and victim support unit headquarters. And I must mention that one of the cases that DG mentioned in his press, the victim reached out to us through that DOFSU WhatsApp helpline number. So I want to take this opportunity to put this number out there and let people know that if you are a victim of cyber fraud or you've been trafficked into the country to commit cyber fraud activities, you can reach out to us on this WhatsApp number 055 1000 900. I'll take it again. 055 1000 900. So I'll urge the media to let this number be circulated widely so that people can more people can reach out to us and we can rescue some more people. Somebody asked about the police being well equipped. Yes, we are, and we will say like the proverbial Oliver Twist, we always ask for more from whoever is ready and willing and able to give us some more. But with what we have, we are able to do so much. And the body cams are in use. We are using them in a number of operations. In the recent elections, by-elections, we use body cameras, and we intend to use them in other operations as well. So we are doing our best with what we have, but if we get some more, we'll be very glad to receive them. And the vehicles that have been stolen, people have innocently bought them. What we are talking about is that those are vehicles that are procured through criminal activities. And if you're an innocent buyer, the best we can do is to assist you with whatever information you need if you want to take a legal action against the person you bought the vehicle from. Because as far as we are concerned, it's a subject of a crime. If it's a criminal matter, we have to investigate it, and anyone found culpable in that activity will be prosecuted. So if you're a victim and you need assistance from the police, you are always ready. We are always ready to assist, and our doors are always open for that. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll take our last round of questions. 3 questions. 1, 2. So 2 actually. Thank you very much.
Tinted your throat. I think they put water. Do you want water?
No, it's fine. I think the AC.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Kaliji. I'm a social media influencer. So what I want to ask is basically in my field of work. So I've noticed that, especially on social media, there's a lot of accounts being set up to spread a lot of misinformation and fake news. And I mean, once in a while, media houses sometimes get information on bloggers and other, but these accounts purposely spread information and fake news. Are there any plans to monitor them and going forward be able to curb or stop this kind of information and disinformation? And also with the use of AI, I've realized that there are videos and pictures that have been altered with AI to spread a lot of misinformation and disinformation. So how is the cybersecurity and the CID going forward and going to put measures in place to be able to curb that? Thank you.
So there are a number of cold cases. The top of my mind is Professor Bennett, and there are some others. So what is the police doing in relation to that and other cold cases that we've had in the country for the past couple of years? My next question will have to do with this. So yesterday there was an outbreak, fire outbreak around Berkeley Flats. There are reports that some shots were fired, 10 people were shot. Any update on that as well? And finally, concerning Aswasi, the killing of the chief, if we could know what the latest on that is. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. I'll answer Kalije's question on misinformation and deepfakes. So, the Minister of Communications, Digital Technology and Innovations directed the CSA to form a dedicated social media monitoring team, which we have now in place. And they do monitor a lot of these pages and accounts. And where we confirm that these accounts are spreading fake news or misinformation or disinformation, we actually work closely with the platform owners, such as Meta, to investigate, and then the accounts will be gone for good. In terms of the deepfakes, which is usually the AI misinformation aspects, we have been doing a lot of work in this area. We have taken down multiple accounts, but the problem is these platforms, Facebook, TikTok, we don't own them in Ghana. The owners are not Ghanaians and they are not in Ghana. So for us to take this down, we have to give a lot of justifications to the platform owners. Then the platform owners actually carry out their own investigation before they decide. So sometimes we have to keep pushing from the CSA here, and we do a lot on those. And we have been taking them down, but some of them, when you take them down, they actually produce another one the next morning. And you would have seen a lot on cryptocurrencies lately. We have been taking them down a lot, and we continue to do. But we don't do them here. We work alongside our international partners, such as the owners of the platforms, such as Meta, to be able to take these accounts down. So we are working hard, and we hope to take this further to maybe see how the government will have a discussion, bilateral discussion with these platform owners. And I'm sure, and not that I'm sure, I know that the Minister of Communications is working in this area to ensure that our ecosystem is clear of this misinformation and deepfakes. Thank you.
So Professor Bennett's case is still in court. I don't know if you are aware, a suspect was arrested, or now an accused person. So the case is being tried. It's at the courts. And all other court cases are being diligently attended to. We don't abandon our cases. I mentioned in my press brief that sometimes the pace of the investigation might be slow, but we are actively engaged in all of the cases that we are confronted with. So Professor Bennett's case definitely is in court. The accused person is facing prosecution. The fire at Medina, the victims have been visited by the Accra Regional Command. The crime officers and the officers in that area have visited them. Ghana National Fire Service, as well as the Ghana Police Service, is currently conducting investigation into that incident. So I believe that when we have some information, we'll update you on that. And Asawase is also an active case under investigation. We are reviewing a number of leads, and I believe that when we make progress in that, we'll keep the public informed as well. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen of the press, on behalf of the Director General of the Cybersecurity Authority, the Director General of the Criminal Investigation Department, the Deputy Directors at the Cybersecurity Authority, and the management staff, I want to say a very big thank you for coming. There will be some photography session. We will start with the two Director Generals. They will take it here. Then the management staff of CSA and that of the police officers available would also join and take one outside. Ladies and gentlemen of the press, the pressmen will remain in the building whilst the management staff of opposing institutions take these pictures. Thank you very much. So we will start. We'll take the first photograph here. The CSA cameraman, the Ghana Police Service cameraman.
So that was a press conference by the CID and also the cybersecurity, giving us updates on what is happening in the country. But now time for us to cross over to the presidency and bring you the Government Accountability Series. Today, before the media, is lawyer George Opare-Addo, who is the Minister for Youth Development and Empowerment. I am Philip.